All right, Shalom. First, let's start by saying all praise to Yahweh, by Shema Shai, by Shema Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. As you can see, the title is President Trump sending federal agents to Chicago amid gun violence. And we know, us that's in the know, through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shema Shai, know that this was just, Salakia, this was just they used this or if this if there's other situations also, but they used this just to send them troops there because Esau is coming down having great wrath. And he got to justify what he's doing and whatnot. So I'm going to play this clip and then add a couple precepts.
So that's what it looked and sounded like when gunmen opened fire on a funeral home on the south side. So that's what it looked and sounded like when gunmen opened fire on a funeral home on the south side last night.
15 people were hurt outside of the Rhodes Funeral Home in the Gresham neighborhood. Police say that gunmen inside a black Chevy Malibu pulled up and opened fire on the crowd. Some people in that crowd then returned fire. They were attending the funeral of a man killed in a gang-related shooting. Chicago police were warned that it could turn violent. They had officers stationed at the funeral in 2 marked police cars. It apparently did little to deter the shooters.
The people who are picking up guns to shoot recklessly into crowds have lost their humanity, do not value the sanctity of life. We need to pray for them, but we need to find them and bring them to justice.
An eye for an eye makes us both blind. It's destroying our families and perpetuates this endless cycle of gunshot victims night after night.
The police superintendent went on to say the cycle of violence won't end until people put down the guns and pick up the phone to turn in the shooters. Father Michael Flager, who has served the Gresham area for 40 years at St. Sabina, says the neighborhood is more violent than he's ever seen, and the relationship, he says, between police and the public is at its lowest point.
In this community, more people are being tested positive for bullets than they are for virus. I've never seen the police and community level worse than it is right now. Nothing. It is so broken, so broken. So it's how do we get the relationship back on both sides.
Police say they did catch one occupant of that Chevy Malibu from which the shots were fired after the car crashed not far from the scene.
3-year-old girl shot in the South Shore neighborhood is in serious condition tonight. That child was wounded as she rode in a car with her parents early this morning. Police say her father got into a fight with 2 men at a gas station. As the family drove away, someone started shooting at them. So far this year, more than 200 children have been shot. 35 of them have been killed. That number is significantly higher this year than last year. And there are new developments tonight in the Trump administration's plan to combat violence here in Chicago.
200 federal agents will be detailed here as part of what's being called Operation Legend.
All right, now I'm going to go ahead and grab some precepts on that really fast. Because we know that that's happening because the prophecy 1. Yahweh Shai said 2/3 shall be cut off, and then Jacob, they got the curses on them. So, and then also, you never know what these children have done in their past lives. That's why they're getting judged the way they're getting judged, man. So it don't matter what age you are. The Lord said he was going to be sending his angels out to mark his elect, his chosen, the ones that's crying to Zion, and the ones that's marked for death, he's going to kill them, man, regardless of age and gender. So, and knowing that is what's going to prepare you for what's to come, man. So, people that's watching, you brothers and sisters that's watching these videos that, we put up through Spirit and Power, Yahweh Shema Shai, just know that, man. You're going to have to strengthen yourself for the coming days, man. This is Hosea chapter 4, verse 1. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. For the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth. Right, so I'm giving you understanding on what the truth is about this subject. The church, your family members have you believe that these children that's dying are innocent. The guys that's being killed are innocent or they shouldn't deserve to die. But Yahweh Shema Shai thinks otherwise, man. Nor mercy, and as you can see, there was no mercy, nor knowledge of Yahweh Shema Shai in the land, right? Because if there was real knowledge of Yahweh Shema Shai in the land, we will ultimately be in the kingdom, man. You know. Verse 2, by swearing and lying and killing, as you can see, and stealing and committing adultery, they break out and blood touches blood. And so the Lord's saying all of these things are going on. So that's why it's all these judgments happening to these people, man. You know. I'm going to jump to verse 6. It says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, because you got the brothers that's out there in Chicago, right there on y'all, right there in front of y'all houses, so to speak, preaching the word, man, giving y'all the understanding of the truth. You know. It says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge, right? And y'all reject them, man. Just like, well, y'all actually reject Yahweh Shema Shai, man, but y'all talk down upon all the prophets as a whole, man. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. That's why there's a small sanctuary. It's an elect, a chosen, The elect is fewer than the nation. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. So not only is the adults dying, the children are dying because they don't want to come back to who they are according to the Bible. Give me 1 second. All right, this is Sirach, chapter 39, verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them, right, man? So the Lord created these spirits, to do a job for him, man. It says fire and hail and famine and death. All these were created for vengeance. So people that's being killed, it's all been done by the Lord, spirits that he pushing out, man. And it was created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. So when you hear people dying of these things, just know that they was sanctioned by Yahweh Shema Shai. They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is, and when their time is come. They shall not transgress his word. Right? So you ain't finna get no spirit or no angel that's taking a day off, or that's going, see the target and then be like, nah, I ain't gonna kill him. He too young. That ain't how this work, man. It says, therefore, from the beginning, okay, that's it. Slack it. All right, this is the next part of this clip.
Initiative that the mayor said she'll be closely watching. WGN's Shannon Halligan joins us now with more. Shannon.
Yeah, the mayor's office said that the president called her this evening to confirm plans to send federal resources to the city, and the expectation is that these will be for investigations and coordinated through the U.S. Attorney's Office.
The operation in Chicago will be done as part of Operation Legend, which was recently launched in Kansas City, Missouri.
President Trump announced plans to dispatch federal agents to Chicago. This comes amid ongoing violence and unrest in the city.
The FBI, ATF, DEA, U.S. Marshal Service, and Homeland Security will together be sending hundreds of skilled law enforcement officers to Chicago to help drive down violent crime.
The acting Secretary of Homeland Security said this operation will be different from the situation in Portland, Oregon, where unidentified agents in camouflage have beaten armed protesters and put some in unmarked vehicles.
The DHS mission in Portland is to protect federal property and our law enforcement officers. In Chicago, the mission is to protect the public from violent crime on the streets.
But Mayor Lori Lightfoot said she won't be letting these officers overstep their bounds.
If those agents are here to actually work in partnership on support of gun violence and violent cases, plugging into existing infrastructure of federal agents, not trying to play police in our streets, then that's something different. And that may add value. But the proof is going to be in the pudding.
The mayor also questioned the president's timing of this announcement, as well as his focus on certain cities.
The president has been on a campaign now for some time against Democratic mayors across the country.
The cities, unfortunately, that are in trouble are all run by Democrats. You have radical left Democrats running cities like Chicago and so many others that we just had a news conference, and unfortunately, that's the way it is.
Operation Legend also plans to provide $3.5 million in funding to reimburse the Chicago Police Department in these violent crime reduction efforts, with another $9 million available to fund the hiring of 75 new officers. The mayor said if that money comes with certain caveats, no thank you.
We're not going to have somebody dangle money in front of us and retreat and compromise our values. So today is the first time that we've heard it. We'll see if there are any strings attached. If there are that are unacceptable to us, no thank you.
And the mayor said following her conversation with the president tonight that if, quote, there is any deviation from what has been announced, we will pursue all available legal options to protect Chicagoans.
All righty, Shannon, thank you. And while
Damn.
Have you ever thought about polishing your skin?
Dove exfoliated body polish. Do this. Wow, it's very...
Right, so as far as the money situation go, the elite's printing more and more money, and they giving it out and whatnot to help bankrupt the society. But as far as the whole troops being sent there, just part of the agenda. There's nothing new. It's Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." And the elite see their time is coming. So they trying to speed this agenda up, man. You know. This is Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 6. "Wherefore a lion out of the forest shall slay them, and a wolf of the evening shall spoil them. A leopard shall watch over their cities." And that's talking about Esau's police force. The DEA, and all the rest of them police officers. That's part of Esau's police force that's sent to kill Jake, you know. It says, "A leopard shall watch over the cities." And that's what they're doing too. "Everyone that goeth out thence shall be torn in pieces, because their transgressions are many." So when you see Jake getting gunned down by these different police groups, it's because they're sinning against Yahweh Shema Shai. It says, "And their backslidings are increased." And the Lord said, roughly paraphrasing, as time go on, the worse the people become, man. The love of many shall wax cold, you know, and, you know. So, I can't think of the specific precept, but that's what's going on. And so the Lord using these police officers, Esau, which is his sword, to go ahead and take Jake out, because the kingdom of heaven is coming next. So if anything, we should be rejoicing and not mourning and not feeling it. You know, we in the flesh, so, you know, we might get a little irritated or upset about it. But long story short, understand what's going on and prepare your mind and your spirit. So when it do happen and it gets closer and closer to you, and all the hell and destruction really start kicking off, you'll be ready for it, you know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. So with that being said, call Yahweh Shema Shai, double honors to the elders and apostles that were well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity Shalom.